Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I will be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my Dark Angels and Harris's Custodes. So the story that we've got going on here today is that information had gotten to the Custodes that the location of Cypher might be found on this planet, and that there had been a scattering of a ship had broken up in orbit, and a bunch of different pieces had fallen around the planet, and they were trying to gather this information to try to see if they could find out the location of Cypher. Word got back to the Dark Angels that this information might be on this planet, so they sent down a force to go try to grab it as well. With the forces presenting themselves, not really knowing what it exactly they're looking for, they just know that they needed it. So this put them at loggerheads with the Custodes, and the two forces came to blows over who could gather the information, because the Dark Angels didn't want them to have that information, but they did want that information because he escaped from them, from their jail, and they don't know how, but that doesn't make them happy. So they're going trying to find Cypher. Dark Angels are trying to find Cypher. Information's on this planet, but only one of them can get it in the end. So we will find out who can get that information about the location of Cypher. So that's the story that we got going on. We are going to be playing the resupply drop mission, which is an Eternal War mission from Chapter Approved. Essentially, we've got the 6 objectives on the table. They're spread around here, and we're going to be playing out, and then at the end, at the beginning of turn 3, the player who's going to go first on turn 3 chooses 3 objectives. These are called the primary objectives. And these, you then roll a die, D3, and figure out which one is actually going to stay. The other 2 are taken off the board, so you're left with just 1 on the board. So you're left with just 1 on the board then, and that's how you get it, so that you know that one of those 3 is there. And then on the next player's turn, they roll a D3 for the remaining 3, and one of those stays. So at the end of turn 3, you're only having 2 objectives on the board. Each of those is worth 3 points. You've got First Blood, Slay the Warlord, and all that fun stuff, and Linebreaker. So that is the mission that we're going to be playing. So now you know the story, you know the mission. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out today. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment and 2 vanguard detachments. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have a Primaris lieutenant with a power sword and plasma pistol. We have a librarian with a jump pack and force sword, and we have an interrogator chaplain with a jump pack. We have a 5-man scout squad with bolters. We have 2 5-man intercessor squads. We have a 5-man squad of hellblasters and a 8-man squad of hellblasters. Then for the first vanguard, we have a lieutenant with a jump pack and a mastercrafted bolter. We have 3 5-man squads of reavers. All squads have grav shoots. 1 squad has bolt carbines, and the other 2 squads have combat knives. Then for the second vanguard, we have a Talon Master. We have a Primaris Ancient. And last but not least, we have 2 Venerable Dreadnoughts with twin las cannons, close combat weapons, and heavy flamers. And then for the Custodes, he'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off that detachment, we have Trajan Valorous and a shield captain with a storm shield, sentinel blade, and the raiment of sorrows. We have 3 squads of guardians, 1 3-man squad with guardian spears and 2 misericordias, and 2 4-man squads with 2 guardian spears, 2 sentinel blades, and 2 storm shields in each. We have a Vexillus Praetor with a storm shield and Vexilla Imperius. We have a Venerable Contemptor Dreadnought with Karis Assault Cannon and Stormbolter. We have 3 Alaris Custodians with Castellan Axes. And last but not least, we have a Venerable Land Raider with a Stormbolter. All right, so those are the armies going into deployment. An interesting point of note here is that my Dark Angels didn't deploy a single model on the field before he deployed his entire army, because of just the way it worked out. You'll see in a bit. So we've got, for the Dark Angels deploying here, we've got a squad of intercessors. We've got the squad of scouts here. We've got the 2 Hellblaster squads surrounding the Ancient in the middle, and then the Primaris Lieutenant back there. He is my Warlord. He is going to have the Master Strategist, a Brilliant Strategist Warlord trait. we've got the 5-man intercessor squad here. We've got the 2 venerable dreadnoughts, and in the middle we have the Talon Master, who has the Heavenfall Blade as my relic for the game. In Deep Strike Reserve, we have the 3 Reaver squads, and we have the 3 characters with jump packs. So that's how it worked out. We went back and forth, and I put my characters and then my Reavers in there, and he was done with all his drops after my 6 drops, and I think he went first, so he had, or no, I went first actually. So he only had 6 drops, and by the time I was done with these ones, so it was, it was pretty crazy. And then I started putting everybody else where I wanted them. So it worked out real well. So going over deployment here for the Custodes, we have his shield captain, who is his warlord there. What's his? I believe
it is Superb Creation.
Superb Creation, which is
5 up, feel no pain.
5 up, feel no pain, which is pretty good.
Creation.
Superior Creation. So he gets a 5 up, feel no pain. We've got one of the 4-man squads of Guardians here. We got the other squad of 4-man Guardians back over here. We have the Land Raider. Inside of there is the 3-man squad of Guardians. We have Trajan Valorous. We have the Vexilla, or the Vexilla Praetus. Praetor. Vexillus Praetor. Yeah, whatever it is. Vexillus Praetor. Yeah. Then in Deep, he had his Terminators are in Deep Strike, and then he also spent 1 CP to put his Venerable Contemptor Dreadnought in Deep Strike Reserve. So that is the deployment that we've got going on here today. Before we go any further, though, the Custodes are going first, since I already told you he had 6 drops, and then he rolled a 6, so there's nothing I can do about that one. So he will be going first, unless I can seize the initiative. Looking for a 6. Show me that Phil face. No, the opposite of it. So I will be going second. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Custodes here on turn 1. All right, movement phase here for the Custodes on turn 1. These Guardians stood still. Those Guardians and Shield Captains stood still. The Land Raider moved up over this way. And then out of Deep Strike Reserve, his Terminators dropped in over here, and his Dreadnought dropped in over here. More than 12 inches away from my Hellblasters, which was a smart move on his part. So, that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, start off the shooting phase. His Terminators here are going to fire. He's going to spend a command point for concussive grenades, which means that their grenade launchers are going to fire into the closer squad here, 5-man squad. If they hit, they can't fire Overwatch, and they're -1 to hit. And then you've got he's going to shoot his spears into the far squad over there. So, what are we going to do first?
Let's start with the grenades.
We're going to start with the grenades first. So these are going to be 3d3 shots. All right, so 3, 6, 7 shots. All right. And these are going to be hitting on 2s, correct? Cool.
Yes, hitting on 2s.
All right, hitting on 2s. All right, so yes, they are hit. So they are going to be they're going to be concussed. But then they're what is it? Strength
4.
Strength 4. So looking for 4s to wound. All right, so we've got 4 wounds over there.
Yep. No AP.
No AP because that's what the concussive grenades changes them down to. So now they are looking for 3 up armor saves. And make all but 1. All right, and now the spears are going to shoot into the bigger squad over there. So these are going to be all in rapid fire range. So they're going to be hitting on 2s. All right, so all but 1. And then strength 4, so wounding on 4s. Getting 3 wounds.
AP -1.
AP -1, so we got 3 4-up saves. And I failed 2 of them. They're 2 damage each. So that's 2 dead. That's 2 dead there. But let's see. They are right by the ancient. So let's see if they get to shoot back. Oh, they do with those. We'll come back to you with that. All right. So they are going to supercharge. They are in rapid fire range. So 2 of them are firing in there since they're the dead ones. 2 shots each, hitting on 3s. Oh, but they didn't move. So they get to reroll 1s because of Grim Resolve. So that is all but 1 hit. 3s to wound. Strength 8 because they're T5. So 3s to wound. And that is 3 wounds at AP -4.
4 ups.
So they got 4 up invul saves. Fails 1, and that is 2 damage. And now his Dreadnought's going to fire into my Intercessor squad back here. So we're going to go with the carries first. So these are going to be hitting on 2s. All hits.
Wounding on 3s.
Wounding on 3. Strength 6, right?
Yes. I think I nudged him.
That's all good. He's fine. Not too worried. All right, so 2 wounds.
-1.
AP -1, so we've got 2 4-up. Or we do one at a time there. Oh no, 2, because there's only doing 1 damage each. So 2 4-up saves. Makes 1. And then the Stormbolter. That is all hits there. Oh no, 1 miss. Sorry, my bad. Wounding on 4, so that's 1 wound. 3-up save. He's good with a fill phase. Woo! All right, so now his Land Raider is going to fire. He's going to fire the Heavy Bolter and the Storm Bolter into my scouts over here. And then he's going to fire all the last cannons into the back Dreadnought over there. So these are going to be the ones. Heavy Bolter first, hitting on 2s. All right. Wounding on 3s.
-1.
AP -1. All right, getting 2 wounds.
Roll a bunch of 2s.
A bunch of 2s. AP -1, +1 because they're in cover there, so 4-up saves. And I fail them both. And now the Stormbolter firing into him. That's 2 hits. That is 1 wound. 3-up save because they're in cover. Whoa, get back here. Killing models there. He's good. And now the 4 last cannons into that Dreadnought back there. Hitting on 2s. That's 2 hits.
Thank you, hitting on
Wounding on 3s. So that's 1 wound. AP -3 +1 because of cover, because he's 50% obscured and on terrain. So it's looking for a 5-up save. No, failed with a 1. Yeah. So, yeah. No, I'm not going to reroll. So that's 6 damage. All right, so 6 venerable saves here. Venerable ignoring things. So 6 ups, looking for fill faces. And getting 2 of them, so only takes 4 wounds. All right, his Terminators here are going to start us off in the assault phase because he's done shooting into the dude bros who got concussed. So they are going to be looking for a 9-inch charge here. Does not make it.
I gotta go for it.
He's going to try to get it, so he's going to spend a command point to reroll that. No, does not make it. And now his Contemptor Dreadnought's going to charge into my Intercessors back here. So I'm going to fire Overwatch. 10 shots, hitting on 6s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. All right, still pretty good. Looking toughness 7, right? Or 6 or 7, whatever it is, 7. So looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound. That is going to be AP -1, so 3 up. He's good, and then he needs a 9-inch charge. And does not get it. All right, so that is the end of the Custodes turn here on turn 1. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. These guys mostly stood still. The one guy who was up here moved back around here just to get onto cover there. These guys all stood still in the middle here. Scouts stood still. Intercessor stood still back there. Both of the Dreadnoughts and my Talon Master stood still where they were. And then from Deep Strike Reserve, we have everybody. So we got the 2 squads with knives over here, along with the Lieutenant, the Librarian, and the Interrogator Chaplain. And then over here we have the squad with the bolt carbines. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so starting off, we are going to do smite into his dude bros over here, into his guardians. So looking for a 5, getting it with a 6.
I'm gonna go ahead and burn 1.
All right, he's going to use his 1 command point, Spark of Divinity, which allows him to deny. So he's going to be looking for a 7. Getting it with a 10, so no, so that is denied. And now he's going to cast Mind Wipe onto his shield captain back over here. So looking for a 7 for that. Not getting it. I'm going to spend a command point on that. So here we go. Come on. Nope. Back into a 1, but do I at least get it back? I don't. All right, so starting off the shooting phase now, this Venerable Dreadnought's going to fire into his Land Raider. These are going to be hitting on 2s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds. AP -3. So looking for 5 up. He has 5 up saves. Getting 1. So 1 goes through. D6 damage. 5 damage. And he's got ignoring wounds. So looking for 6 ups.
Unyielding Ancient.
No, none of them. So he takes 5 wounds. And now the second one's going to shoot the same thing into him. So hitting on 2s. That is both hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds. 2 5-ups. Wakes one of them, so 1 goes through. D6 wounds. I'm going to spend a command point on that one. Into a 5. So, do I get it back? I do! And then he gets to ignore the wounds. Ignores 1 of them, so he takes another 4 wounds. All right, so now my 5-man squad here is going to fire into his Terminators. So they are going to supercharge. They stood still, so I get to re-roll 1s to hit. But so we're going to do it 1 at a time here. So hitting on 3s. All right, don't get to re-roll 2s. All right, that's another 2 hits. That's another 2 hits. That's a miss, and that gets to re-roll 1s into a hit. And that's another 2 hits. So these are all strength 8, looking for 3s to wound because he's T5. All right, getting to re-roll 1s to wound, but not getting any. So we've got 2, 4, 6 wounds there at AP -4. So we got 6 4-up invul saves. Fails 4 of them.
Yep.
So 1 will kill 1 guy.
Dead.
The next 2 are English 2 is going to kill the next guy, and this guy's down to 2 wounds.
Yeah.
The scouts are going to fire into him over here, so they're going to be hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s to hit because they stood still. Grim resolve. Nope. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. 2-up save. He's good. All right, the intercessors here are going to fire into him over here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Not re-rolling 1s, because of course I roll the 1s here, but they moved. They're going to be wounding on 5s. Getting 2 wounds at AP -1, so there's going to be 2 3-ups. And he fails 1 of them. And now the Ancient's going to fire into him. So 2 shots hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. That is 1 wound. AP -1. 1 3-up. No, and he is. Oh, he's going to spend a command point to re-roll that one. Oh, and he's good. All right, so now my intercessor squad here. 3 of them are going to fire into him because they can see him across the front there. The other 2 are going to fire into him over there. So we're going to go with the 3 into the Terminator over there. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s to hit because of Grim Resolve. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. AP -1. No, he's good. And then the other 2 are going to be shooting into him out of rapid fire range. So 2 shots hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on a 6. Hey, that's a wound. AP -1, 3-up. Oh, he's good. All right, the guys with the bolt carbines are going to fire into his guardians over here, hitting on 3s. They did move because they just came in from Deep Strike Reserve. Still pretty good. Wounding on 5s. Getting 3 wounds there. Yep, 2-up saves. Makes all of them. All right, both sets of Reavers are going to fire into them with their heavy bolt pistols. So we're just going to roll them together because I'm not going to kill them all with 1. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, not getting to reroll there. These are going to be wounding on strength 4, so wounding on 5s. All right, rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant that's up there. Getting 1 wound, and that is a save. All right, my lieutenant is actually going to fire his mastercrafted bolter into them. Rerolling nothing. Wounding on a 5. That gets to reroll because of himself. No. And then 2 bolt pistols from the librarian and the interrogator chaplain. 1 hit. And that's a wound. That's a save. All right, so now this other Hellblaster squad, there's 6 of them left. They are going to, 5 of them are going to fire into his Contemptor Dreadnought here, and 1 of them is going to fire into his Terminator over here. I'm going to supercharge them. I'm also going to spend a command point for Weapons of the Dark Age. So we're going to see if I get that back. I do not, so that tossed me the 1 point. And now we're going to fire. So we're going to start with the 1 into the Terminator over here. 2 shots, hitting on 3s. That is 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. That's a wound. AP -4. 4-up invul save. No, it goes through, so he is dead. And that is First Blood. And now the other 5 are going to fire into his Contemptor Dreadnought there, 2 at a time. Just because if they die, they die. So hitting on a 3. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. It's 2 hits. 1 miss, 1 hit, but not a blow up. All right, another 2 hits. Another 2 hits. And another 2 hits. So pretty good there. These are now strength 8, toughness 7, so wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the Primaris Lieutenant there. All right, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 wounds at AP -4. So 7, 5 up invul saves. Fails all of them, and that's 3 damage each, so he is totally dead. Does he explode? It doesn't matter. He's not within 6 inches, so he is just dead. All right, he actually may not be dead because he has the feel no pain or the ignoring wounds because of the venerable. So he's going to have 6 up saves or 6 ups here. It's 21 of them. He's got 10 wounds total. So let's see.
First 10.
First 10. So he's saved 2, so he still has 2 wounds left. And on to the next one. Can he get all? No, he did. But we rolled the dice, and that's what's important.
Yes.
All right, so now that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, we're going to start with these Reavers charging into his Guardians over there. Spears. So these are the Spears first, hitting on 6s. Yep. No hits there.
Pistols.
Then we've got the Pistols. Nope. No hits there. So their charge distance, looking for 9 inches. Gets it in. All right, so now my Interrogator Chaplain is going to charge in again, 9 inches. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that. Into that, he is totally in. And do I get it back? I don't. And then this squad of Reavers is going to charge in, looking for 9 inches. And they get it in. And then my Librarian is going to charge in. Does not make it. And now my Lieutenant is going to charge in. He needs 10 inches to get in. He does not make it. All right, we're going to start with this squad here attacking into the Guardians. So we're going to go, they've got 2 attacks base each. Sergeant has 3 attacks, and then they all have combat knives, which gives them an additional attack. So these are going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of the Interrogator Chaplain. And another one there. All right, pretty good, actually really good. These are now going to be exceptionally good. These are now going to be wounding on 5s because they are T5, because they are big boys.
They're well made.
All right. Wow, really good on that one too. So we've got, wow, really good. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds. 8 2-up saves. And he makes all but 1. And now this other squad's going to do the same thing. All right, re-rolling because of the Interrogator Chaplain. All right, all but 2 that time.
A whole 2.
A whole 2 is just like their friends, except slightly worse. Now wounding on to 5s. They are showing off. Wow, they are really showing off. They're like, hey, Reavers are worth it. Sort of. So then we've got 5 wounds coming out this time. Looking for 2-ups. Again, 1 wound failed. And then the Interrogator Chaplain is going to hit. He's got 3 attacks hitting on 2s. All hits. Strength +2, so wounding on 3s. That's all wounds there. AP -1. 1 second. It's actually strength +1, AP -1. So he's going to have 3-up saves. But they were all 5s and 6s that wounded, so they were right there. So they were good to go. So here we go. 3-up saves. Fails 1. So that's going to be 1 guy dead because it's 2 damage, but it doesn't get to spread over.
Yeah.
All right. So now he's going to attack back. He's going to put 1 into each squad of Reavers and 1 into my Interrogator Chaplain. So we're going to go the spear into this squad over here first. Hitting on 2s. Woo! Really wants him hitting.
Where were those on the end?
Yeah. Strength 5.
Strength
5. So wound on 3s.
Strength 6.
All right. Strength 6. Still wound on 3s. So that's 2 wounds.
-3.
AP -3. So looking for 6-ups. Show me them fill faces. No, nothing there.
D3 damage each.
D3 damage each, so 1 at a time. Oh, still 2 and 3. So it killed him.
Yeah.
And now the sword into my Chaplain over here. That's all hits.
3s again.
Looking for 3s to wound. Getting 3 wounds. AP -3, so 4 up. Invul save. Has he been praying to the Emperor? Rosaria saves! No, he failed all 3. And they are how much damage each?
D3.
D3 each. Okay.
Well, he hasn't been.
Oh man, yeah, seriously, D3 each. Oh man. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he is dead. And then him into the other guys there. That's all hits. That is all wounds. 6 ups. Nope. First one, yeah, one at a time. First one is 2, dead guy, and dead guy. All right, so that's the end of the Dark Angel's turn here. We'll come looking at the end morale phase here. This squad lost 3, so 3 plus 6, re-rolling because of an they should know no rules. 2, they're good, and that's these guys lost 2, they can't fail. So that is it for, and he only lost 1, and even at -1 with the Reavers there, they still can't, so they're elite 8. So going to be moving into the movement phase now for the Custodes here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Custodes here on turn 2. His guard, everything inside the Land Raider moved out, and it is moving up over this way. So you got the 3-man Guardian squad there. You got the Vexillus Praetor over here, and you've got Trajan Valorous behind them. Then his Land Raider moved up a bit over that way. His shield captain is moving up over this way, figuring that these guys could probably handle these 2 bros. I don't question his thought process there at all. And these guys moved around the building over there looking at, to come up, I'm sure, at my characters up in there. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, Valorous is going to fire into the Hellblaster squad over here.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
5 into 4. So
Strength 5, so looking for a 3. That is a wound.
-1.
AP -1, so looking for a 4 up. And he's good. Woo! And now the 3 Guardians are going to fire. One of them's in rapid fire range, so 4 shots hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of Valorous. All right, so that is all hits. Wounding on 4s. If it was any other army, you'd have been in trouble there. Wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s again because of Valorous. All right, that's going to be 3 wounds. AP -1, so looking for 4 up saves. And I make them all. Woo! All right, so now his Land Raider is going to fire the Stormbolter into the Scouts and then everything else into that 6-man Hellblaster squad there. So he is now hitting on 3s because he's wounded. So we're going to go with the Stormbolter first. Rerolling 1s because of Valorous. All right, so that's 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves. And I'll make them both. And now the Heavy Bolter into the Hellblasters over here, hitting on 3s. All right, so 5 hits. Doesn't get to reroll 2s, just 1s. And then wounding on 3s. Getting 4 wounds. Rerolling 1 because of Valorous. So that is 5 wounds. 5 4-ups. And I failed 2 of them, so that means 1 of them is dead. Let's see if he gets to fire back. He does not. I'm gonna spend a command point on that one. So he will get to fire back. Do I get that command point back? I do not. All right, so he's going to supercharge into the Guardians over there. So 2 shots hitting on 3s. All right, that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds, AP -4. So 2 4-ups. And he makes them both. And then continuing here, this last cannon's into them, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. All right, so that's 3 hits. Wounding on 2s, rerolling 1s. All right, so that's 3 wounds. AP -3, so looking for 6 ups, showing them fill faces. Not getting any of them.
1 at a time.
1 at a time. Dead guy. Dead guy. Dead guy. No. That 2 is because it's D6 damage on our last cannon.
Duh.
So,
what am I thinking?
And 3 dead guys. All right, so do they get to fire back? 2 of them do. And they're going to fire into the Custodes, hitting, doing supercharging, so hitting on 3s. All hits. Wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s to wound because of the Lieutenant. So that is going to be 2 wounds. 4 ups. Makes them both. All right, Shield Captain's going to fire his pistol into the Reavers over there. 1 hit. Rerolling because of himself. Nope. 1 hit.
1 wound.
1 wound. AP -1, right?
No.
No. So just a 3-up. They're good. All right, the 2 guys with pistols are going to fire in the squad of 3. So that is all hits.
And forced wound.
Forced to wound. 1 wound. -1, right? Or no -1. So 3-up. Failed 1. All right, that's it for shooting phase into the assault phase. The 3-man squad is going to charge into my intercessors over there. They're going to fire Overwatch, hitting on 3. I hit on 6s. 3s. What am I thinking? Rerolling ones. That's what it was, yeah. All right, so that is actually pretty good. I'll take that. Wounding on 5s. Getting 2 wounds there. 3 ups. Makes them both. And his charge distance is, wow, totally in. And now the Vixillus Praetor is going to charge in. And he's also in. And his Land Raider is now going to charge into my scouts. Overwatching. Getting no hits. No, he is not charged in. And now his Shield Captain is going to charge into my dude rows over here, my Reavers. So one's going to throw a shock grenade, and the rest are going to fire their bolters. So we're going to do the bolt carbines first. These are going to be hitting on 6s. Nothing there. Not getting to reroll once because it's on their movement phase. And then the one grenade. So we have 5 shots with that one. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of them. And getting hit on that one. So that means that he is going to be -1 to hit and can't overwatch. But here's his charge.
4 inches.
4 inches. Woo, just gets him in. And now the Guardians are going to charge into the Reavers over here. 9 inches. Might get him in. And they are in. And we're going to start off the fight phase here with the Shield Captain attacking in here. Hitting on 3s because he's at -1 to hit. Rerolling 1s. Oh, couldn't have had any 2s.
Oh, man.
Okay, let's do 2s. There we go. I'll take that. So that's 3 hits. 3s to wound. Getting 1 wound at AP -3, so looking for a 6 up. No, so that is D3 wounds into 2 wounds, a dead guy.
I've made plenty of.
All right, so I'm going to spend my command point, 2 command points to interrupt here and have this squad attacking over here. The 3-man squad of Reavers attacking in. So I'm going to see, I spent the 2 command points. Let's see if I get one of them back. I do, so it only cost me the 1. And now they're going to have their 10 attacks into here because 2 base plus the knife, 3 base plus the knife. So the squad of 3 is going to go into the squad of 3. So hitting on 3s. All right, my Interrogator Chaplain is dead, so doesn't get to reroll there. And then wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. Come on, can you fail this for me and make it worth it? Oh, he does. So that is a wound. All right, now the 3-man squad here is going to attack into my intercessors. So these are going to be hitting on 2s. All right. Do you get to reroll 1s? Oh, 1 second. All right, so he doesn't get to reroll the 1s because he's not within range of Valorous there. And then these are going to be wounding on 3s.
That's where I needed to reroll 1s.
Yep. All right, so we get 5 wounds there. 5 AP -3, so 5 6 ups. Nope, this one's cocked, but doesn't make a difference. So that is 2 wounds each, right?
D3.
Oh, D3, so 1 at a time.
So,
dead guy. Dead guy. Dead guy. Dead guy. Oh, and 1 wound left. And then the 2 from the Misericordias. That's hit. 1 hit.
3 to wound.
3 to wound. No wound.
He dies.
All right, so now the Vixilla Imperia is going to attack in on 2s.
2s and 3s.
All right, wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. Oh man, here we go. 1 AP nothing.
No.
Oh, AP nothing.
Shield bad.
Oh, he's just punching me with his shield. So here we go. Looking for a 3 up. If he makes this, it would be kind of cool. Yeah, he does. Oh, he would have made it even with a 6 up. He was AP -3. I'll take that.
3 all these.
All right, so now these guys are going to attack into them. We're going to roll them all together because it's all works out to be the same. So these are going to be hitting on 2s. All right, all but 1 hit. Wounding on 3s.
Let's see. Somehow got roll. So
all right, so we got 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 6 up saves. And I make 2 of them, so that means there's 5 that go through at D3 each. So 1 at a time. 1 wound and a dead guy.
1 guy actually only had 1 wound.
1 guy only had 1. Oh, 1 guy had 1 wound. So that's going to be 1 dead guy. And then
not kill you.
Oh, and then they are 4. They're dead.
Yeah.
And now he's going to activate the other squad here into my 2 guys left over there. On 3, 2s.
3s.
All right. And then wounding on 3s. Getting 4 wounds for 6 ups. And I make 1 of them, so that's going to be 2 wounds each. I could possibly survive. 1 wound. Yo! And that's a dead guy, and then the next one?
And then the last one.
No,
Okay,
that's the dead guy.
one.
That both of them are dead. All right, so now my intercessor back here is going to attack back. He's got 2 attacks hitting on 3s. It's 2 hits. That is no wounds. And then these guys are going to attack back into his shield captain. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1, 2 wounds there. 2 ups. And he's good. And now this intercessor at the end has to take a leadership test. Oh, re-rolling because then they shall know no rules. Into a 2, he's good, so he will be staying there. And then the Hellblasters lost 4 guys, so that's 4 plus. 3 is 7, they are good. So that is going to be it for the Custodes turn here on turn 2. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 2. All right, so movement phase now for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. These intercessors stood still, scouts stood still. Both of the Hellblasters, the Ancient and the Primaris Lieutenant, have moved up over this way. My 2 Venerable Dreadnoughts are moving up here, looking at them. My Intercessor that was in combat there fell back. My Talon Master moved up over there, looking on his Shield Captain. And then back over here, the, what is it? Something, not, is the cowardice is the largest form of valor or something. What is this? What's the saying? Discretion is the greatest sign of valor. These guys shot over this way, advanced over this way, so that they could get away from those killy golden boys. So that's it. Oh, and the Reaver stayed in combat. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you at the psychic phase. All right, so this guy is going to start off by smiting into those guys, looking for a 5. Getting it with a 7. Do you want to spend your last command point to try to deny it?
He's going to be on the
into these four-man squad? Nope, he's going to let it go. So D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal. I'm going to spend a command point on that one. Into 3 mortal wounds. And then I'm going to see if I get that back. I do. And then 6 up, feel no pains. No, so that is a dead dude, bro. And now he's going to cast Trephination onto them. So looking for a 7. Getting it with a 10, which means that I get to add 2 to this result. So I roll 2d6 plus 2. He takes his leadership, and whatever it is over his leadership, which is 9, he takes a mortal wound for that. So 2d6. Getting 10 plus 2 is 12. So he has 3. So he has 3 feel no pains. No, so that is another dead guy. Super successful psychic phase. All right, so now my Talon Master is going to fire everything into Trajan Valorous because we're playing the beta rules, so even though he's closer to this dude, bro, they're both characters less than 10 wounds. They don't block each other from doing that, so we can shoot into him. So we're going to go with the Twin Assault Cannon first. Hitting on 4s because he moved. All right. Rerolling nothing. He gets to reroll wounds. Oh. Yeah. Oh. So that was not great. Oh. 3 hits. Wounding on 3s because it's strength 6. That is 3 wounds at AP -1 plus 1 for cover, so 3 2-ups. Fails 1. And now the twin heavy bolter is going to fire again on 4s. Alrighty. Again, wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. There we go. 2 wounds. 2 2-ups. Makes them both. All right, so now my Dreadnought here is going to fire the twin las cannon into his Vexillus Praetor, and then the heavy flamer into the regular Dubro. So we're going to go with the twin las cannons, hitting on 3s because they moved. So that's 2 hits, wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds, AP -3. 4 up invuls. Oh, 3 up Storm Shield because he's got the Storm Shield, and he fails 1. He's going to spend his last command point on that. 3 up. Oh, and he's good. And now the heavy flamer into the regular, quote-unquote, regular Dubros over there. Getting 5 hits. Looking for 4s. Getting all of 2 wounds. AP -1, so 3 ups. Makes 1, fails 1. All right, so now my Dreadnought here is going to fire heavy flamer into the Guardians, las cannon into the Land Raider. So we're going to do the las cannons first, hitting on 3s. That is 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound. 5 up. No, goes through. D6 wounds. 6 wounds. 6 up. Ignorings. No, they all go through. And now heavy flamer is going to fire into the Guardians. 6. Pretty good. Looking for 4s. That is 5 wounds at AP -1, so 5 3-ups. Ooh, failed 2 of them. These guys are going to fire their heavy bolt pistols. They didn't move in their movement phase, so but didn't make a difference. And wounding on 5s. 1 wound, AP -1, 3-up. No, takes a wound. He's got a 5-up, feel no pain, and he's good. All right, so now the 5-man squad there is going to fire into his 2-man squad of Guardians over here. They are going to supercharge it and spend. I'm going to spend the command point on weapons of the Dark Age. Do I get that back? I do. So now they're going to fire in there. So it's 2 shots each. First one hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. It's another 2 hits. That's another 2 hits. Oh, that is 1 hit and 1 miss, but not a blow up. And that is going to blow up, but does he get to shoot again? No, he does not. All right, so these are now strength 8, wounding on 3s, re-rolling 1s. It's a bunch of 2s. All right, so we got 4 wounds here. AP -4. So we've got 4 4-up invul saves. Fails 2, which is exactly enough to kill them because there's 3 wounds apiece, and that was 3 wounds. Damage 3. All right, so now the 2-man squad here is going to fire into Trajan Valorous because these characters can't block each other, so they're going to go into Valorous. They are going to supercharge, so here we go. The first one hitting on 3s. Oh, both misses, but not blowing up, and the second one is both hits, wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound, AP -4, 3-up invul save. No, it goes through, so he takes 2 damage. The scouts here are going to fire into the Land Raider, hitting on 3s. They get to reroll 1s, but not enough there. Now I need those 6s again. Show me them fail faces. Getting 1. Here we go. 2-up save. Oh, he's good. Ancient is going to fire into the Land Raider. That's 2 hits. That is 1 wound, AP -1, 3-up. Oh, and he goes down. 6-up, ignoring it. No, does it explode? No. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my Talon Master is going to charge into the shield captain. 6 inches should get him in. All right, it wasn't enough, but I'm going to spend a command point to get in there, hopefully. Yeah, with a 7 should get him in. All right, and then do I get that command point back? I do. And now this Dreadnought's going to charge into his Vexilla guy, Praetor. Ooh, that's enough to get him in there. And then he's going to do the same. That should be enough for him. All right, so that's it for charges into the fight phase. My 2 Dreadnoughts are going to attack into his Vexilla over here. I'm going to do it at the same time because he's out of command points, so we can't interrupt. So we're going to have 8 attacks here, hitting on 2s. All righty. Wounding on 2s. 2s. Strength, because they got the fists. Yeah, wounding on 2s. So that is 4 wounds. Yeah, AP -3. So 3-up Storm Shield saves. Fails 2 of them, and that's 6 damage, so he is going to be dead. All right, so now my Talon Master is going to attack into his Shield Captain. I've got 5 attacks because of the Heavenfall Blade. These are going to be hitting on 2s. That's all hits. Wounding on 3s, because he's T5. Rerolling 1s because of himself. So that is 4 wounds. AP -3, so you're going to have 4 3-up saves because of Storm Shields. Fails 2 of them. So that's going to be 2 D3 damage onto him. 2 fill faces. 6 damage. He's got 5-up, feel no pains.
6.
Yep, 6 of them. And he makes 4 of them. Oh, and he only takes 2 damage. That is brutal. And now my Reavers are going to attack in, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Not getting to reroll 1s in the fight phase because of Grim Resolve, only the shooting phase. And these are going to be wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s to wound, but did not get any 1s to wound. So that's 2 wounds, 2 2-ups. Makes them both. Now he's going to attack into my Talon Master, hitting on 2s. All hits, wounding on 5s because he's strength 5 T6.
I fear I used all my good luck.
Oh man. Oh no!
All my luck right there.
Wow, that would have. Wow, that was rough. And that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. No one has to take any morale tests, and we are just everyone died who got attacked there. So, or I guess he lost one guy or two guys to the second phase, but they're still leadership 9, cannot fail that. So, we will come back to you. Actually, at the beginning, we'll come back to you with determining which of the objectives are going to be around. All right, so he's choosing this one here, this one back here, and this one over here. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which one's going to stay? 1, 2. So this one over here, which is exactly what he wanted.
Yes.
All right, movement phase for the Custodes here on turn 3. Valorous is moving up over this way. He stayed in combat with all of them. These Guardians are moving up over this way, and these Guardians are moving up over this way. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so his shield captain's going to start by shooting his pistol into the Reavers there. That's 2 hits. That is 2 wounds. AP nothing, right? Yeah. So 3 up saves. Oh, failed 1. Now his 2 Guardian Spears are going to shoot into my Librarian, because ignoring the character there because of the beta rules. They're both in rapid fire range, hitting on 2s, wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds.
-1.
AP -1, so 2 4-ups. Failed them both. And 2 damage apiece, he's dead. And now Valorous is going to fire his axe into the 4-man squad of Hellblasters over here. That's 2 hits.
3s.
Looking for 3s, that's 1 wound.
-1.
AP -1. And that's dead, right? Dead guy. Does he get to shoot back? He does. Supercharging into Valorous over there. 2 shots hitting on 3s. They did move in their last movement phase. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. There we go. Do I get it back? I do. And then these are going to be wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds. AP -4, so 3 ups.
Made them both.
Oh, makes them both. All right, so now Valorous is going to charge into the 2-man squad over here. So we're going to supercharge our shooting at him. So that's first guy looking for 6s. Nope, no hits there. And the second guy, he didn't kill himself. And no, nothing there. Wow, all 4s. His charge distance is totally in. And then this squad is going to charge into both of the Reavers and the Talonmaster, and they are in. And then these guys are charging into my Lieutenant over here. He's going to fire his Mastercrafted Bolter on 6s. Getting 1 hit. Not getting a wound. Charge distance is totally in. All right, then we're going to start off the fight phase here with this 3-man squad. It's going to attack. We're going to start with the 2 the spear and the sword into the Talonmaster, and then other sword is going to go into the Reavers. So we're going to go with the which one first, the spear or the sword?
Black dice will be the sword.
Oh, black dice are the sword. Gold dice are is the spear. Hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of the shield captain. Nope, not hitting there. So these are the spear. The gold are going to be wounding on 4s. Blacks are wounding on 5s. So that is 3 wounds at AP -3. So that's going to be 3 6-ups. Well, get back here. We got 3 6-up saves. Not making any of them. D3 each. 1 3 6 7. Oh, 1 second. I think. All right, so he is dead. Does he explode? He does not. And now his sword is going to go into the Reavers. That is all hits. That is 2 wounds. 1 save.
So, dead guy.
Dead guy because there's 1 wound left. All right, so now Trajan Valorous is going to attack into my Hellblasters over there. He's got the Misericordia?
Yeah.
Misericordia. So you're going to have a total of 6 attacks here, hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. All right, so that's all hits.
And these are going to be 2s to wound.
2s to wound on the yellow.
On the black.
So it's strength 8 on there?
Strength 10.
Strength 10. So 2s to wound. And that's all wounds. Yeah. So we're going to have the 5. Yeah. 5 -3, so 6 ups on those. Nope, they are going to be dead, but do they get to attack back? One of them does. It's gonna be the sergeant there. 3 hits. Oh no, it's just 1 attack, but they all hit, so it's 1 hit. Yeah. Wounding on A5. That is a wound.
2 up.
2 up save. Yeah, he's good. All right, so then at the end he's going to burn his moment shackle. So he's going to heal D3. Heals 3.
Back to.
And now these guys are going to attack into my Lieutenant. That's all but 1 hit.
And 3s.
And 3s to wound. That is 2 wounds. 2 6-ups. And I make 1 of them, so D3 wounds. 2 wounds. And now his shield captain is attacking into the Reavers. That is all hits. Wounded on 3s. That is all wounds.
6 ups.
Looking for 6 ups. Make 2 of them, so D3 each, so we'll start one at a time. Dead guy. Not a dead guy, and then a dead guy, so one is still alive. All right, so now my this dude bro's gonna attack into a shield captain, hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 5s, no wounds. All right, so this lieutenant's gonna have 4 attacks because of the chainsword. It's all hits. Wounding on 5s. Swoop, get back here. No wounds. Oh, rerolling 1s because of himself, I forgot. He got 1 wound. 1 2 up save onto these guys over here. And they're good. And then my ancient's gonna have 2 attacks. 3 or 4 attacks, I'm sorry. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant there, so that's 1 wound onto him. 2 up save. Ooh, takes a wound. All right, so that is going to be it for the. That's it for the Custodes' turn here. So we're gonna go into morale phase. He lost 3 guys plus 1 is good, so he's still alive over here. So that is it for the for that. So we'll come back to you with the other 3, figuring out what the other objective is going to be here on turn 3 for the Dark Angels. All right, so the objectives are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which one is staying? 3, 4. So this one back here. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. My intercessor stood still on the objective over here. My scouts advanced up over this way. My ancient fell back out of combat with Trajan Valorous there, and everyone else over here stood still. So did my interrogator chaplains. My venerable dreadnought stood still. My Reaver over there fell back out of combat, and my lieutenant fell out of combat with them. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase since my Cypher is dead. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, my Hellblast is going to fire into Trajan Valorous over there. I am going to supercharge them, and I'm also going to spend a command point for Weapons of the Dark Age. Do I get that command point back? I do not, so I'm down to 2. So we're going to do it 1 at a time here. So hitting on 3s. That is 1 hit, 1 miss, but not an explode. Hitting on 3s, 1 hit and a 1 that I can reroll because of Grim Resolve. Into a hit, so that's 3 hits. And then another, 1 miss and a 1 that would blow up, but rerolling the 1 into a 2 that's a miss but doesn't blow up. So 3 hits. Hitting on, or wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds. AP -4, so 2 3 ups. Oh, he fails them both, and he is dead with the 6 wounds. Oh! All right, so my Dreadnought here is going to fire into a shield captain because he's the closest. Hitting on a 2. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is going to be 1 wound. 3 up invul save. He's good. And the next one's going to do the same thing. That is 2 hits. That is 1 wound again. Oh, but he fails that save, so D6 wounds. 6 wounds. 5 up, he has the feel no pain, right? 5 ups, right? So 6 5 ups. He has 4 wounds left.
Gotta make 3 of these.
Gotta make 3. No, he didn't make any of them. So he is dead, and that is Slay the Warlord. And he's gonna fire his Mastercrafted bolt gun into these guys over here on a 3. That's a hit. That is a wound. AP -1. Ooh, and they take 2 wounds.
So that guy's dead.
All right, and that is it for the Dark Angels' turn here on turn 3. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Custodes on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Custodes here. These guys, these Guardians stood where they were. These Guardians moved up a little bit onto my Lieutenant over there, and that is it. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, shooting phase here. These guys are going to fire into my Lieutenant. Hitting on 2s. 3s. Why am I saying 3s?
Treat him like a normal Marine.
Yeah, treat him like a regular Marine. Wounding on 3 says 3 wounds.
2 wounds.
Strength 4. Oh, strength 4. So that's 2 wounds. Valorous is a strength 5. All right. So that's 2 wounds. Looking for whatchamacallits, 4 ups because it's AP -1. And I make them both. Woo! And these guys here are gonna fire into my Reaver over there. Hitting on 2s, all hits.
All wounding on 4s.
All wounding on 4s.
Black dice with the pistol.
Black dice with the pistol. So those are AP nothing. So here we go. So 1 wound at AP -1 though.
You're in cover.
And I'm in cover, so looking for 3 up. Yeah, he's good. All right, so starting off the assault phase, these guys are going to charge into my lieutenant. I'm going to overwatch with my mastercrafted bolter. Nope. They're re-in. And now this squad's going to charge into my Reaver over here. He's out of 6 inches, so I can't throw the shock grenade. Bolter. Nope, no hits there. Ooh, they are not in. And now here come the attacks into my lieutenant in the fight phase. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 3s.
Had to open my mouth.
He did. Oh, 2 wounds. 2 6-up saves. Show me them fill faces. No, they go through, so he will be dead. And that is it for the Custodes turn here on turn 4. So we'll come back to you with the movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. My intercessor stood back there on the objective. My Primaris Lieutenant, the Hellblasters, and the Ancient all advanced up this way. Some moving better than others. They all advanced. Everybody advanced up, but he just was really bad at it. Jenkins and his bros over here advanced over this direction. And then over here, my two Dreadnoughts stood still, and then my Reaver over there moved up towards his Guardian over there. That is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, these 2 guys are going to fire into the Guardians over here. I'm going to roll them both because I can't see anything else, so I may as well just roll them. So we've got 4 last cannon shots here hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. So that's 4 hits. These are wounding on 3s. All right, so that is 3 wounds. AP -3.
4 up invulns.
3 up invul because you got a shield guy there.
Oh, I do.
You do have 1 shield guy, so 1 at a time we'll do that. Shield guy, 3 up invul. He's good.
3 up invul.
He's good.
3 up invul.
He's good. All right, he's going to throw his shock grenade. Getting 4 shots. Yep, they are shocked. And now my Reaver is going to charge, but he can't overwatch because I shocked him. You are shocked. It's shocking. Shocking. So here comes his charge distance, and he's totally in. Into the fight phase, he's going to attack in there. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. That is 2 hits. That is 1 wound and 1 cocked. That is 2 wounds there, 2 2-ups. Makes them both. And here come his 6 attacks back. Hitting on 3s because of the shock grenade. Oh boy, it didn't make much of a difference.
And wounded on 3s.
And wounded on 3s. Oh, maybe it was the damage I shocked. So that's 2 that goes through. Looking for 6-ups. Show me them fill faces. Nope. Not, I'm gonna.
You got 2 command points.
I do have command points. I'm gonna spend 1 command point to reroll one of those. No. Do I get it back though? No. Blomp blomp down to 1, and he is dead. And that is it for the Dark Angels turn here on turn 4. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Custodes on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Custodes here. These guys advance back here onto the objective. These guys just moved up here looking on my scouts. So we're going to move into the shooting phase. They are going to fire into the scouts. Hitting on 2s. Everybody's hitting. Wounding on 4s. Only 1 is wounded. AP -1, so looking for a 5-up. No, goes through, dead guy. And now they're going to charge into the scouts. I am going to overwatch. Not getting anything. 8 inches? 1 second. He needed 9 to get in, so he did not get in. And that is going to be the end of the Custodes turn here on turn 5. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 5. Hellblasters and Ancient stood still. My Lieutenant moved up. These guys, the scouts, advanced over this way. Intercessor stood still, and so did my Dreadnoughts. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. And now my Hellblasters are going to start us off by firing into these guys over here. I'm going to supercharge and spend a point for Weapons of the Dark Age. Do I get that point back? I do. So then we've got still not out of points. I still got a point. So here we go. They're going to be firing here. They didn't move, so I get to reroll 1s. So it's going to be 2 shots from the first guy. Hitting on 3s, that's 2 hits. 1 hit and 1 reroll of 1 into a hit. And I'm going to spend my last command point to reroll that into a hit. Do I get to keep it? I don't. So I'm out of command points now, but they all hit there. These are going to be wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. All right, so we've got 5 wounds here. AP -4, and they don't have any shields left, so 4 up. Invul saves. Failing 3 of them, and they're 3 damage each, so they are dead. And then my dreadnoughts are going to fire in here. We're going to fire them both at the same time. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. Not meant to be. That's 3 wounds. 3 ups. One at a time. 3 up. Good. Good. Oh, 3 ups for days. Oh, they're surviving, and he's the shield captain. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the shield captain now. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to call this because he's got the 2 guys there. I've got First Blood, Slay the Warlord, and Linebreaker with those scouts running up there. So that is going to be the game regardless if it went on. So we're just going to call it. But a brutal game. A brutal, brutal game. A ton of fun. I mean, there were a couple of rolls, like when he failed that charge there, that made a big difference because that meant the Hellblasters were alive to then like rip through his army over on this side. It just goes to show you the Custodes, they're really good at what they do. I mean, back there, he just slaughtered everything that I threw back at them, just mercilessly. The Talon Master just got like punked in 1 round of attacks onto him. Everyone else got the Interrogator Chaplain got punked with one dude. Not even 1 squad attacking him. 1 dude just punked my Interrogator Chaplain back there and just killed him outright. So they're really good at what they do. But, I mean, he's down to 2 models left because of the fact that there's just so few models. You know, and if you go up against an army that has a lot of shooting, which is what the Dark Angels do best, honestly, in their new codex, they were able to kind of keep them at bay and just shoot them to death on this side of the table, which is what ended up working out in the end. So
there will be bikes.
There will be bikes coming. He literally just bought them today while we're in the store, so they are coming, and we'll see how those make a difference. I think they're going to make a big difference, honestly. So we'll see how that goes. But I had a ton of fun. It was a real blast. I was really interested to see what the Custodes could do against a shooting army with some strong shooting army, which is what the Dark Angels do best. So he was able to, you know, spoiler alert if you haven't watched the one against the Gene Stealer cult, yeah, he slaughtered them mercilessly, and then the shooting really made a big difference in this one with the Dark Angels. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I certainly have. I have been Phil the Glacial Geek as always. My opponent's been Harrison. Until next time, have fun.